Hey guys, so I have finished collecting all that hide that I needed for a bed, and I've come back to my little campfire here because it's night time. Now I realised there was something that I didn't mention in the previous video, and that was that it got really light at night time and it got light during the day. That's because if you're playing PvE and the setting is allowed, which you probably saw on the server settings which said Gamma 3, so allow PvE Gamma. If you type in Gamma 3s, you can actually do Gamma 4 as well. So you can actually change the Gamma level of everything. And if you just want to set it back to the standard Gamma, you just literally just type Gamma and it will go back in. I think it's normally like Gamma 2.4. Yeah, it looks normal. Right, okay, so I have been cooking up a little bit of food. So I've grabbed that food. We've got little shit over here who might need to level up. Nope, no level up. That's cool. Right, so as you can see there, I've got 102 hide. I am going to need to start making stuff. Now, I didn't get really a chance to show you in the previous video, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab myself a torch here. Is you can actually climb up this mountainside here. And you can get pretty high up, actually. I think you can actually get all the way to the top. I can't remember the route to the top. But this is a place where I'm going to use it to tame the trikes. And I'm also going to try not to get stuck. That'll be fun. There we go. Now, if you actually go along the side here, that was it, I remember now. Go along the side, and that allows you to... not run up, apparently. Maybe it's up the side here. I can't remember. Nope. Oh, it's been so long since I did this. There we go. There. Damn you, arsehole. Damn you. Oh, there we go. Right, okay, yes. You have to go all the way along there, and then you can run up this cliff face, and you can get to the top up here. And this is actually where I'm going to go and build a little base up here. That would mean that if I ever do die, I'm going to be up here, and I'm going to be pretty safe. So what I'm going to have to do is going to go and collect the resources for that. Now, if we have a look at what I've got on the engrams, I have currently only got thatch. Now, that's really not going to be an issue here. Earlier on, well, in the previous video, I said you didn't really want to have a thatch place to sort of hide out. And that's true, because if you've got it on the ground, you know, a trike will go through that. Basically, any creature will go straight through thatch. And most of them will go straight through wood. So you really want to have stone on the floor. If you have stone structures, the only creatures that will be able to break through stone are a giga. Now, you shouldn't encounter a giga in this area. If you do, restart the game. That's the only advice I can give you. Or you will encounter if you encounter an alpha, they will also go through stone. But if you make metal, you'll be safe as houses. Now, you will be able to also tame pteranodons as well, which will be able to enable you to get up here. And what you can do as well is just try not to fall off the side, which I completely failed at doing. So smooth. I also like this area for getting started because what you can do is you can build yourself a little pen in here. And there is something trying to attack me. Get the fuck! Get him! Get him, little shit! Get him! Ah, oh, good girl. Now you get to see her in action there. Is that when she hits it with the Go on, get him! Get him! Go. Damn, she missed. Come here, little shit. Come here. I'll finish it. Really? You're in the middle of being killed and you turn around to rob me? Fucking arsehole. Okay, what I was trying to say is that the underside of this little area here is quite good for building yourself a pen to keep things in. I mean, obviously there are other places you can start, and I do often start in other places. Now, what I would have said a couple of months ago would be to go over to Herbivore Island. But the thing is with Herbivore Island is it's quite dangerous to get over there now because there's now creatures that attack rafts. You know, a while back I would have said your best way to get safe, make yourself a raft and go out to the sea. Not safe anymore doing that. Which is a bit of a turd move, but okay. Right, let's grab the rest of that. Put out the fire. Let's see, we've got a load of meat here, we're fine. So, right, I am going to need to craft. I'll start off with thatch because I'll be safe up there with thatch. And then I will start working on some good stuff. So let's create a thatch foundation. And what we're going to need for that is structures, thatch. Right, for the foundation, we need 20 thatch, 6 wood, and 15 fibre. We've got more than enough fibre. So we're going to need thatch and wood. You'll often find on servers as well that what they'll do is they will set the nighttime duration to a lot less. But personally, I like the atmosphere of having the nighttime lasting a long time. You know, going the full distance in the nighttime, so you have to experience that. I think that's part of the fun. Let's just get over it. Now, when you're crafting, you do move slower and you can't jump, so that is a little bit of a bastard to deal with. But as you can see, I finally remembered the route up there. If I wasn't so stupid and knocked myself off, and just jump here. Slightly dangerous place to live, but hey, we know has health and safety in Ark. Probably should have health and safety because I almost just killed myself. That was so freaking smooth right there. And I think I've fallen into a really bad space. Oh man, that is smooth. Right, let's get back down here. There we go. No one saw that happen. Right, okay, now it's time to build our little hut up here. Let's grab these things on our taskbar. So let's put that on 0. Okay. Now you want to have it somewhere where it's relatively level. So I'm going to build it. So you want to, when I say relatively level, you want to have the option to place another one next to it, which won't be too different from what it is at the moment. So here, believe it or not, is actually a fairly decent situation. So if I build there and then build, it's not letting me snap, is it? Come on, snap your asshole. Right, there we go. And then should be able to, that was smooth. Right, okay, so I've destroyed my only foundation. I'm going to have to go and get more thatch. Right, there we go. Also, I have to report that little shit died. I was down there and something attacked me and she attacked it and then she managed to attack a trike. Bastard. Right, so let's put the doorway here. So, I forget another dino. Oh well. Now, I would say early in the game, don't get attached to any dinos. Oh, I've just done that again. Let's put that on there. Right. So, as you can see, things do snap, and don't be too quick with it because you can foobar the snapping. I haven't got enough to finish that off, have I? It doesn't matter anyway. Now I've got this up here. Now, okay, I need to now build a bed. So let's see what I need to build a bed. I'm missing wooden thatch. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back down there. Let's hope I don't get attacked by something else. Probably should have made the bed before I went up there. That would have been to smarts. So it's a little bit of a bastard to get back up here. But that just makes it all the safer. So there's our walls. Right, let's put down the bed. Ta-da. Right, okay. We now have a respawn point. That's awesome. And now let's put... Now really you should have the ceilings like too high, but this will do for the minute for keeping out the weather. So if it does get too cold, it will be okay. Did I snap that in the right place? Yes, I have. Right. Now, do I have enough to make a campfire as well while I'm up here? Okay, so now that's built, I'm going to go and try and tame myself a dilo and B a parasaur. Now I could go for a trike, but I haven't seen any high level ones around, and considering this is going up to max level, I don't think that's going to do very well when you're having a low level trike. It's probably better if I try and get myself a parasaur, and that will give me at least a start amount to go off. Now, do I have enough resources to make more than one of those? No. Now, another cool thing about these spears that I didn't mention earlier on because I didn't really want to go into the water is if you can find some fish that are easy to kill. Don't see any piranhas around. Okay. If we kill this fish... No, I won't kill that one in one hit, will we? Let's find a fish we can kill in one hit. That'll do. Come here. You carry the fish on the spear, which is kind of cool. So if you then just press Q to go back to normal, you should drop the fish somewhere where it's nice and easy to harvest it. Spear would actually have been better to harvest that. So when it comes to the harvesting that you're going to need to do for stuff, sorry, that's a good one. So when it comes to the harvesting that you need to do for things, you're going to want to use as much as you can dinos, because dinos would in general harvest things more efficiently and be able to hold more than you can. So you do want to get a trike because they are great for harvesting berries early on in the game. But a parasaur will suffice. So when it comes to actually sort of taming things, you're going to want narcotics, really. They're the most efficient thing to carry around. But collecting the amount of narco berries that you need for that is horrible by hand. Woohoo! It is the pick to harvest stuff. It's really hard to tell which one's best for harvesting when... Oh, there's a couple of dinos there. So they haven't got themselves killed. See if they go and attack something else, because there's one over there. There is a decent level dino. I might try and tame it. So really, I mean, I hope you're getting the idea here that dinosaurs are your tools. What the hell just attacked me? Okay, it was a bird. That's cool. Right. Okay, so what level is this dino? It is level 64. That'll work. Okay. Fuck that. Get out of the way, Dodo. Now, I really need to eat food, but... Come on. Woohoo! Got him down. Right, okay, so let's put some food on our bar here. Right, let's throw some food in there. Now, will he eat fish? I just killed a couple of fish. Let's see if that works. He would eat fish. That's nice and useful. Let's put some food on there. Some narco berries. Right. Where's that bloody stupid dodo that got in the way? Come on. Tart. You died for being stupid. Go the way of the... Kind of self-explanatory, that. So, while I'm taming this, there's another couple of things that are cool about this area. Up this hill up there is metal. And I think it is level 15 you can actually start making metal, but it might be higher. So if I go to my engrams here, let's have a look what we can find. So I need arrow. What else am I going to need? See what we can find. So, oh, hide pants, hide gloves. Those are going to be useful to start off with. I will want that trike saddle at some point. Okay. Refining forge and smithy metal. There we go. So those are the next things. That is now going to be able to get me to a level where I've got much better tools, much more efficient tools, and I'll be able to make a sword, which is fairly badass. Do I have enough to make another bowler? I've got one there. Cool. So I see another dial over there. As you see there, I actually repaired that by holding Alt and pressing the button. So let's see what that other dido level is. And I think I've messed with the screen resolution again. Yes, I have. So let's put that back to where it is. There we go. Sorry about the quality on that. Right, what level is this guy? 64. Now you'll also notice that I've got a crosshair now. That was something that is also an option that you probably want to enable. Right, let's just smack this. There he goes. I probably shouldn't have hit him again. Now, if you do hit them when you're taming them, it does actually reduce the taming effectiveness quite severely. Let's see if I can grab some narco berries around here. Now, if I have a pair of dinos, that is going to be cool. That'll make life a lot better for me. Can we get some narco berries here? Now, this is really, what I'm doing here is really not the standard way you go about things, but the normal way, the sort of normal zeitgeist would be, say, go and build yourself a fort, you know, sort of gradually get yourself a hide. But the amount of time you spend doing that, in that time, I've tamed stuff, got myself I got myself a load of hide. And it's enabled me to tame these guys. Oh, that one's tamed. Right. I shall call you Fred. Right, let's set him to follow, set him to neutral, grab the narco berries off him. Cool, right. Does he have a level up? Not yet. Okay. Now, another reason you're going to want to hunt is you're going to want to get yourself a load of spoiled meat. The spoiled meat will enable you to make narcotics. But you do want this, you want the hide resource. So if I go to crafting and type in mortar and pestle, so I need more stone. How's he doing? Let's just... Now, he may have taken, yeah, as you can see, he's taken a very big taming efficiency hit, but hey, it's going to be a throwaway. And I see a couple of power saws over there, and I see an iguanodon. So let's wait for this guy to tame out. Don't need any more stim berries on him. I'll call this one George. Right, okay. So now I can use my whistles. I've set them both to neutral. Press J to have them both follow me. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see what that dido over there level is. Is it a female? It's a male. It's level 4. Yeah, he's running. Right, set them to attack. There's also another thing, you kind of generally, if you're going to have like a hunting party, you generally want to have a mated pair or a mate boosted pair, which is you want to have a male and a female, because they get a damage increase and they get a damage reduction on the damage that they take. So guys, while I was out looking for a parasaur to tame, I got jumped by a couple of raptors, and unfortunately George and Fred bit the dust. Oh well, they saved me ass, so they did their role quite nicely. Is that something looking to attack me? Now, luckily I did find George II over here, who was a level 100 when I tamed him, and yeah, he seems to be kicking a bit of butt, so that's pretty cool. I see you trying to get me, you bastard. There we go. Did he get the meat off of that? There we go. So what I need to do now is I did actually see... Okay, so now he's dead. I did actually see a nice trike over there to tame. Now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to use the stones up here to sort of get the topor up relatively high, and then I'm going to try and finish him off with trank arrows. Now, the way you make trank arrows is you need rotten meat and you need narco berries to make narcotics. Narcotics are used to make trank arrows. Now, this is the base of what you're going to be using to tame, although you will use a crossbow. The way that trank arrows work is that they will do an instant amount of topor, and then they'll do topor over time. So you kind of don't really want to keep shooting them. I don't know if it's changed now that they stack up. I don't think they do stack. So the idea is that you give it 5 seconds for the topor to hit over time. So it is a percentage of the damage of the weapon you use. So with a bow, they are much less effective than when you use a crossbow. Later on, you will get trank darts, which work the same way with rifles. Now, you do actually get different qualities of weapons. Now, the quickest way to make rotten meat is that if you look at a stack of things, you'll notice that they will say spoil time, so and so. Now, when that spoil time comes up, one of the things will spoil. But if you grab a load of things and you split them into one, which is by holding control, so let's kill one of these. Let's get him before. Is he dead? Yes, he is. Right. So let's harvest the meat from that. Completely harvested, yeah. Ooh, fog, great. And I see another dino here, so let's just finish that off real quick. Oh, he got done while he was trying to attack me. That's awesome. Go on, George. Good man. Right. Now you'll see that the meat that came into that stack is now got the same spoil time as the one that was already going. Now if I hold control and pull one out, all of this meat now will spoil at the same time, and it will be on the lowest spawn timer. So that's pretty cool. So in a couple of minutes I will have enough of the spoiled meat to start making some trank arrows or narcotics. So I am gonna go up to the little base up there. Leave him down here on neutral. Should be safe. I think we'll probably only get dilos down here. Now that meat is spoiled, I've thrown it in there. I had another little bit of spoiled meat in my inventory. You just go to consumables, drugs, and I've got 12. Okay. So that should allow me to make 12 trank arrows. So if I go to crafting, and I want to go to... Surely I earn ammo. Oh, there we go. We're going to need these 12 of them. Now your next recipe you're going to have to learn for this is trank arrows. There we go. Now at this point we probably could actually make metal stuff as well, but once again the starting time is the hardest time to actually collect resources, because you don't have a herbivore which can collect berries for you, so you can't make a lot of tranks very easily. You don't have a carrier to carry a lot of metal for you. I was also making myself some meat there. Probably going to need that in case shit goes bad. So this starting point is usually kind of the hardest point to start off with, because you don't, you are really vulnerable to everything. Okay, Dilos you could probably deal with by hand, or you can just tame one really quickly like I did. Getting a herbivore which will allow you to harvest berries and things like that. That can also be a bit of a turd, because obviously you need to get the berries and the meat to harvest to make the stuff, etc, etc. Okay guys, so while I was getting ready to take out that trike, or drop the trike and tame it, I spotted a low level parasaur, so I thought I'd just tame that, so I'd give you an idea of how much of a difference even something like this for harvesting berries would be. So let me just grab myself some more narco berries just in case. Now all I did with that is you can use a bowler on the parasaurs, so let's just grab that. So I use a bowler and I just smacked it, and the wooden club that I used was the wooden club that I used was fully repaired, so it really didn't take much smacking to get it down. I think it will probably tame up well in time. I don't have to put any narco berries on there, I don't think. Right, okay, so let's learn a parasaur saddle. Do I have enough to craft that? What do I have? I have 60. So I'm going to have to go and get myself some hide. Right guys, so I went ahead and got the stuff for a parasaur saddle. So let's make one of those and go and put it on our parasaur here. There we go. Just drop that in the saddle. Right, now the difference between this and what I use to harvest, if I can actually target something. So as you see, there is quite a large... I'll tell you what, let's get rid of my level up thing there. So I want to give myself a bit of fortune. There we go, right. Oh, he does a cute dance when he's leveled up. Right, so the difference between, as you can see here, the amount that he can harvest and I can harvest, even as a low level with a low melee rating, and it is the melee that determines that is a huge, vast increase on what I can harvest. So, 5 at a time. It takes me like 6 or 7 bushes to get 5 narco berries. So that's why earlier on I kind of wanted to go and get myself a parasaur, because they are so easy to... Oh, leveled up again. And this is why earlier on I wanted to go and get myself a parasaur, because they are so easy to tame once you get a bowler. You hit them with a bowler, you get a low level one, and you just smack it with a wooden club and you can tame it so quickly. It's only 80 hide, so if you've got yourself, say, some hunting pets, or you just go and kill dodos, you will be able to get yourself enough stuff to make a saddle for it, and then you can go and use it to harvest. So now if we actually have a look at his inventory here, that's another 29 right there. Now you would get a hell of a lot more with a trike, but the problem with the trike is it's a lot harder to tame them. Now compared to other stuff later on in the game, they're really quite easy to tame, but at this stage in the game, if you can, you want to get yourself like the most basic stuff you can. You kind of just get yourself the cheapest, easiest things that do the job that you need them to do. So I'm going to use this guy to go and harvest an absolute ton of narco berries. All the meat that I've got I will turn into more rotten meat, and I will turn those into more trank arrows and narcotics, and I will go and get myself a trike.